communication section, we are going to look at how you can be able to communicate with your customers through SMS as well as WhatsApp messages. We'll be able to look at how the chatbot also records the information that it communicates with the customer, so that you can be able to have some bit of insight into what is happening beyond the external platforms provided. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with the bulk SMS, then show you how the single SMSs can be sent, where they can be sent, and where you can be able to check whether your messages are actually going, and then we'll look at WhatsApp. So we'll start here at the customer level. We actually mentioned that you can be able to send a customer a single message from here. Just type and you can send. The system will queue the message and send it out. You select the SMS channel. If WhatsApp is available to you, you can also send in a similar fashion. You could also send messages through the service account. We covered that in upgrade and downgrade. So when you're attempting to upgrade or downgrade a customer, the system can also provide you a way to actually send the message to the customer. And we are actually on, let's try and process this. You see, the system tells you, hey, you need to put so much money. So you can send the message from right here and the customer will be able to get it. You can send a message from customer retention directly to the customer. We covered that in customer retention. These are all single messages that you can send to a customer. This one you do not have retention records, but you could be able to send, if you go and check that video, you could be able to send messages to a customer directly at the customer retention level. How about creating bulk messages? How could you do that? How could you be able to achieve that? We have an SMS compiler for bulk SMS messages. Soon we'll also be able to incorporate WhatsApp in the bulk messaging that you'll also be able to access on your end and send those particular bulk WhatsApp enabled messages. The first one in terms of options is the message type. You have to select between promotional and transactional. It should be sort of default that you're not going to send bulk messages with a transactional SMS ID, because if you do that, depending on the message, you will find yourself in big trouble and they will probably block your bulk SMS ID. So you should be very careful. For those of you that have transactional SMS IDs for sending your bills, and if you don't know what a transactional SMS ID is, it is an SMS ID that the content that it conveys is marked as transactional, meaning it is content that is not marketing. It's not promotional in any nature. And that's why you see that KCB or whoever, they've got another SMS ID. There's one that they send you your information, your banking records, notifications, and there's the one that they tell you about promotional things and about other stuff. You should also have the same setup. You should have one that is promotional and you should have one that is transactional. Transactional is retained as the default sender ID for sending out deactivation and suspension notifications, whereas your promotional ID is used for sending out promotional content. And in this particular case, that is what you should be selecting. So in the system, if you have a transactional one, it will provide that. You do not have in this case. If the one that you have, the SMS ID is promotional, it will allow you to select that one. So you put in a title for your promotion, celebrating 10 years. I'm just going to put that in the message as well. So now the key part here is, who do you want to send it to? It's a bulk message, but we provide you with a wide range of recipients in terms of how you get to filter them. So you can send it to all customers, you can send it to service accounts, and here you can select which status of a service account. Do you want to send it to all service accounts? Do you want to send it to only active service account? Do you want to send it to active and suspended service accounts? Do you want to send it to active, suspended, and deactivated service accounts, or just deactivated? You get to decide. So you put the status that you want. Or suppose you'd like to send it to a specific package. So which package is it? Is it people in home microwave 9? Is it customers in microwave 5? And note, we are only going to send the ones that are active in this particular case. Or would you rather send to leads? You've got leads in what state? Obviously leads is the best one. So what customer type? Is it the leads that are in home? I want to tell the ones that are saying they are going to subscribe to microwave 12 that it just went down by 50%. Only this period. Or send them a notification code, tell them, hey, call back and say that, hey, use this one to redeem your free installation. So you get to decide where you want the messages to go. So what other option do we have? You can send to a specific region. We have an outage in Kiambu, Ruiru. We want to send it to all the customers that are active and suspended. If you have an outage, you want to send to the ones that are active. But what if you have some information that is relevant for people in that area? You might want to send it to suspended also, because I might just be suspended today, I'll pay in the evening. So it's up to you to decide how you'd want to segment that information. How about sending to a specific nurse? If that nurse is affected somehow, could you be able to do that? Could you be able to send to that specific nurse or multiple nurses, customers that are connected to that nurse? You tell them, hey, we're going to have a maintenance at X period, so that they stay informed. And you see, now this is where perhaps maybe the transaction one could come in handy, although I don't know to what extent you could be out in a limb on that one. But that could be a very good candidate for transactional, anticipated outage. You can send to NAS. You could also send to BTS. In the case of microwave, you can select a BTS, multiple of them, say there's something happening, that BTS is down. So customers don't call you and they're like, oh, internet is not working. Finally, you can send from a file. An Excel diehard, you've got an Excel sheet, you can send from file, you can just proceed like that, and the system will be able to allow you to pick from the Excel sheet. So there's also templates, which is a new feature. You could be able to have message templates once you do create them. I do believe either they're here or they're in settings. I'll check. So you can be able to create certain templates that can be used while sending certain types of repetitive messages, like outages, like provision, scheduled maintenance, so on and so forth. So you do have templates that you can just select and they will be able to show up here, and you just save yourself a lot of retyping, as well as when you delegate the job. If someone has broken English or they don't type whatever it is that their head tells them, you just tell them select the template and proceed. Let me select service accounts, don't know which ones are active, and attempt to create this message, show you how that works. So once you create it, obviously if you selected the from file, this is where you'd upload your Excel sheet, but you can still do it either way. From here, you download the sample first, it shows you how you should structure your contacts, and then you upload it. So from here, once you've finished typing out your message, you'd want to update it, and then the system will calculate the characters, tell you how many SMSs that is going to be. It is 1 SMS per person, and then the destination is selected in terms of who you're sending to. The system will populate those draft messages down here, each recipient getting their own record, and we are tracking that independently. And once we are sending, they are going to be queued, and the state is going to be sent, and you're going to recalculate up here. So the pool is the available people you're sending the message to, and the reach is going to be how many people actually received the messages, and then you'll be able to calculate, give you some sort of rough estimate of how many messages were actually indeed sent out and which ones came back with positives. If your current bulk SMS provider allows us that information. Different providers have got different levels of information. Some of them give you a call back with almost nothing. Others will provide you a little bit more detailed information. As in the case of Africa Stocking, they'll also give you the cost, which is very instrumental, and you can help calculate the cost for you down there, and then you can be able to have that. Depending on whatever bulk SMS provider you've integrated, we can integrate any provider that you'd like. That is the one that will be used for sending your messages. This is how you create bulk SMS, and this is how obviously you configure it. And when you're done, you confirmed everything is in order, you click on send, and your messages are going to be queued, and you'll come back to see the status, or you could go to the delivery report and see the individual messages going out one by one, and you can always filter them and find out type of message, promotional, transactional, filter the SMS ID. Obviously you can have multiple of those. When you look at settings, we'll show you how to configure those. The state, you'll be able to filter the state that you want, the date, even you can even search a specific number. Someone said the message they did not receive, you can check, see whether it actually went out or it did not. So in as far as WhatsApp messages are concerned, you will be able to access them from here in history format. If there was a message that was indeed sent, there's like a process that goes with it depending on the WhatsApp provider that you have integrated. There are templates that we mirror from the integrator, and then you can be able to also map them to the messages that you're sending, because as you know, sending WhatsApp messages, you have to use a certain template if you're going to send bulk. If it's the individualized for the chatbot, you'll be able to access them in the customer account. And that's it for communication, largely text communication. In as far as phone communication is concerned, we do have integration for 3CX, and the only thing that we do record are the call logs coming from 3CX or any other PBX that will be able to support a similar arrangement. So see you in the next module. I believe that will be the end of the CRM section or the CRM module. In the next one, we'll be covering the billing aspect now. We'll be talking about the payments, we'll be talking about the transactions, the wallet, and how everything comes together.